Ryan Kirby from Fit for a King.
And I'm Crystal Kirby.
And you're watching HeartSupport. We had our 1-year anniversary about a week ago. I think exactly a week ago.
What has been some of the biggest highlights for you in this first year of marriage?
Just getting to travel with her. And seeing her in different cities. She just got a job as a flight attendant, so she's been able to see me in a bunch of random places like North Carolina or New York. And that's been really cool. Having your best friend as your roommate is also really cool.
What's been your favorite thing about marriage so far that like most people wouldn't know?
I think my favorite thing so far is I guess growing with him. I don't know, you think you love someone and then you get married and then you really know what love means, so that's definitely like the best part, and becoming closer even as just as friends. It's amazing.
It definitely is like more of a friendship bond on top of the intimacy and everything, and you kind of learn how good of friends you can be with a person. I like to spend a little more, she likes to save a little more, so that's probably a pretty common one. She probably learned patience. Just patience all around. It's the most important thing we had to learn.
So what would you say was like the biggest friction point for you guys?
I would say there were things both of us were used to doing when on our own that were not what we were used to. Just to like how we keep our clothes or how organized we keep certain things. Like organization to one person is a mess to another person. That kind of stuff. And just learning to adapt where the give and take is with each other on a lot of small things like that. Things that can really build up if you don't like compromise.
Ryan comes from a more traditional household where I grew up with my grandparents, and they were pretty equal on like things, so I came in expecting us to be like 100%. If I do this, you're gonna do this. I'm more of a like go-getter. I like to work, I like to do things, but I also expect him to like do exactly that. And I guess we never really discussed like who's gonna do what in the house. If I'm gonna be in charge of cooking, you're gonna be in charge of this, and it was just kind of,
you know what, I'll do the trash. Like even though I don't think I should do it all the time, I'll do it, but then you do certain things. Like she tends to cook way more than me, but then I tend to take out the trash and take the dog out. So it's just like splitting up things.
How does your faith play into the way that you love and serve one another?
I'd say that's everything as far as like handling little arguments or little disagreements and stuff. And definitely when we're both away from each other all the time, because me touring all the time and her being a flight attendant, like faith is really the only thing that like keeps us together when we're apart for a month or even 3 months.
For me personally, I had a very rough time adjusting to my job, being away. I didn't see him for almost 3 months straight with my job because I had training and he had tour. And I guess the biggest faith thing for us was relying on that part of our relationship to stay there, because all we had was communication. We didn't see each other, we didn't do anything. It was really just relying on that to keep us
FaceTime, texting, all that. It's like definitely prayer. We're constantly praying for each other.
Sending each other scriptures. If I'm having a bad day, he'll send me something. Or if he's having a bad day, I'll send him something uplifting to try to make each other feel better.
What would you say to couples that are engaged or in the process of getting married? Something that they can do to begin to, work on their marriage for the future. Saving their marriage before it even begins.
I would say counseling. Counseling was a great thing. It brought up. We went through associate pastor at our church counseling, and he brought up a lot of questions that young couples don't really want to think about. Like, what if you do have a kid out of nowhere? Or what if you do? What if one of you has a terminal illness out of nowhere? Stuff that you don't really want to discuss. Like, and going to counseling isn't saying we have a weak relationship. It's just bringing up tough questions that a lot of young couples don't think about.
Definitely communication. Like that's all we've had our entire relationship. And I lived in another state when we first started dating, and that was really like a time when we learned to grow with each other, because all we did was text and talk, and that's just how we grew our relationship. So without adequate communication, it's going to be incredibly difficult to make that next step. Definitely rely on learning about each other and communicating as much as you can, every single potential situation, just like he was saying. I mean, it really helps a lot.
I'm Ryan Kirby from Fit for a King.
And I'm Crystal Kirby.
Make sure to vote for HeartSupport at the APMAs this year. They truly deserve it.